Good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome in. It's Fate Walker. Give me just a moment, chat. Hello? Yeah, I'll let them know. Hit that like button, sit back and rest, because now you're rocking with the best. Hey, no, I said the thing. Yeah. Are you sure? All right, hold on. You kicking it with Doomkiller HD.
What's shaking, people? It's your boy Doomkiller HD. Sit back and relax. You are now rocking with the best, and welcome to the Marvel Rivals No Cap Podcast. Got some cool people that's gonna show up tonight, and we're gonna discuss all of the ins, outs, and everything that we know about Marvel's Rivals, what to expect, kind of heroes we thinking we're gonna be rocking with, all of that, all villains, you know what I'm saying? So that's what we're gonna be doing tonight. Mr. Miller will be showing up. Mr. Sadat the Gamer should be here any second now. Let me double check on him. And we've got the great Jay Shock Blast already in the building, in the backstage, waiting to just come on through. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, we're going to get it popping like right about now. Let me send Sadat another invite because I don't know why he's not here. But, yeah, let's get it popping, people. Thank y'all for tuning in. I see y'all out there in the chat. But without further ado, let's just go ahead and bring on the man himself, Mr. Jay Shock Blast. How you doing, boss?
Hello, greetings and salutations.
We are starting already, I see. Welcome back to the channel, man. It's been a long time. 3 months since we've been rocking, man. So, yeah, welcome back, Jay, and thank you for coming through, boss.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just here so I don't get fined. Can I just say, when you came on full screen, I was like, oh my God, is that Booker T? You kind of looking Booker T tonight. That's a compliment, by the way. Do you get that a lot?
Yes.
You do?
I'm growing my hair out right now into dreadlocks.
And that's probably why, like, I kind of saw it. And I was like, oh, he kind of is looking a little Booker T tonight.
Yeah, and I'm getting that a lot lately.
Ah.
What's good with the digital variable? Talidia plays Marvel 1, 2, 3. Pepsi Cola's in the building. Hopefully everyone is doing fine. Make sure y'all smash that like button if you haven't already. Let's go ahead and start with the show. I guess we'll be waiting on Sadat and
listen,
Miller.
Sadat's a big timer these days. He likes to show up fashionably late.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Well, yeah. let's start the show, Jay. So, Marvel Rivals is about to drop their little beta. Hopefully, praying to get into this beta because I'm personally super excited about the game.
I have good news for you. Okay, if you don't get a beta key, all you have to do is watch somebody on Twitch for like an hour or so, and you'll get a beta key.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So everybody's going to be playing.
They're doing awesome Twitch drops for it. So
I will definitely be on then.
So if you don't get one, don't stress right away. Mm-hmm. I don't know like if any of the creators in the program are getting any, but you have lots of friends that if they do, will make sure you're covered. So we're going to make sure you're in there. I hope you and I get to play together.
I'm sure we will.
Yeah.
Let's go. What do you expect? So how do you personally think this game will be received? Like, I know there's a lot of comparisons to Overwatch 2 and whatnot. So I just kind of want to know what you thinking. Like, do you think people are going to be all in, or are there going to be a lot of super haters out there just because of the similarities?
I'm cautiously optimistic. Having played the alpha, and I didn't actually play at Summer Game Fest because they only had mouse and keyboard, and I am like useless with a mouse and a keyboard.
Same.
So I just kind of went back and talked to them, like some of the team and everything, and basically pitched Nova and Darkhawk and Deadpool. That's basically what I did. I just sat there and I was like, yeah, well, what about this guy and what about this guy? So anyway,
hopefully
I think
you said Sentry, you know what I mean? So
why would anybody say Sentry? Sentry's so generic. There's like 18 Sentries right now.
There's only one Robert Reynolds, sir.
Listen, I appreciate you saying that and understand where you're coming from. So I'm actually okay. I'm saying, like, I didn't even know it was a thing, and like when I've literally known Doom now for like 4 years, and like I've never once thought, oh, he looks like Booker T, but like just when he went that full screen, I'm like, oh man.
I'm so tired of it, bro. Like, I'm getting it everywhere.
I'm sorry.
Somebody literally walked up and said 5 times. 5. I was like, seriously? Come on, man.
But yeah, man, I think it plays really well. I was surprised at how good I was. I had some really good games. I played pretty well. I did really well in Magneto. Scarlet Witch is really cool. Rocket Raccoon, Namor. But like, I think the big thing right now is we just got to see how the monetization is, because that is kind of going to be the be all end all. You know what I mean?
Well, that's the next question, actually. Monetization and microtransactions. This game obviously is huge from the start. It's not like a lot of other games where they give you a small amount of characters to get used to and then slowly bring out, this character, that character. Now they're hitting you with a bunch of different characters that everyone all loves, everyone wants to play as, your Spider-Mans, your Venoms, your Hulks, your Captain Marvels, your whoever, you know what I mean? They're in there already. Doctor Strange. Microtransactions, skins, things like that. Do you think they are about to literally rake and shop with these skins and layout changes and whatever you can microtransact? Do you think it's going to be like all out microtransactions because it's a free-to-play game?
Yes. And now it just comes down to whether or not it's fair, like whether or not the pricing is fair. Right. I think if the characters are like $10 and they come with maybe like an alternate attire or something like that, I think that's pretty fair. And maybe they have like a starter pack and then like an ultimate pack or something like that. I don't think people should expect it to just be like, like everything's earnable and you don't have to pay anything, because people will. But I think if they can keep it close to the Fortnite like pay model, I think they'll be fine.
See, that's the thing, though. You said something in there that I wasn't even aware of, and I'm glad you did say that. You said pretty much buying the character. See, I didn't even think about that. Now,
I don't know how they're doing it. I mean, I know
that's a good thing to bring up, because the characters may be monetized as well. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So my question to that is, like, say Doctor Strange is monetized. He's one of the ones behind the paywall. But you saw what he could do. He can literally transport the entire team from one area of the map to another area of the map, which people consider, if you have Doctor Strange and he's not unlockable for free, is that a pay-to-win scheme? See what I'm saying?
No, because there's a multiverses. I think they might take the multiverses approach, where multiverses has a few characters that are on the free path. But if you think about it, like, they have characters get locked, so like they would have to have at least enough free characters so that all 6 slots can be accounted for. You know what I mean? Right. Like, you can't get into a game and like, oh, we only have 4 free characters this week, and all 4 of them are taken, and you don't have one. Right. I don't think, like Hoarder says, if we start with only one hero, that would be a mistake, and I agree with that. Right. I think there's going to be like some kind of rotation. I don't know anything. I don't.
Well, let me say this then, Jay. If it's set up as Overwatchy as I think it is, and it seems to be that way, to me, I think they'll give you 2 tanks that you can choose from, 4 the DPS people that you can choose from and 2 different healers. So you might pretty much get 8 characters up front that you can that's already in the game. You don't have to unlock, you don't have to pay for anything like that. And it'll be, a few characters from each pool, like your
and that could work too. Like
that would actually work perfectly to me.
Yeah, I think back to like Marvel Heroes, and Marvel Heroes, you got to pick a free character from a pool of a certain characters, and then once you finish the tutorial, you could pick another free character, and then you could earn shards. I think they were like infinity splinters, and after you got like a certain amount, you could buy characters for free with them. Maybe it'll be something like that, but obviously you have to have at least 6 free characters available at any given time,
Right.
Because it's 6v6, right? Yeah. So, I don't know. We'll see. I'm hoping they have like some kind of a starter pack or something, but I think that would make a lot of sense if they had like Multiverses had that like founders pack, and a lot of people bought that back then, and it ended up being a really good buy because you got to keep a lot of stuff that other people didn't because of it. Like I have like the next 20 characters purchased basically, like because I bought that founders pack. So I hope they do something like that. One of my biggest regrets for Marvel Heroes, by the way, was not buying the Ultimate Founders pack. It was expensive. I think it was like $150. It might have even been more than that, but you got like 60 characters. And I only bought the Deadpool pack because it was only on PC when it came out. And I did not know if I would like the game or if I would play it enough. And I ended up buying all the characters one by one. And I mean, I think I put like over 5,000 hours into that game across PC and console.
Man, yeah. I didn't even hear about that game until like literally 3 months before it died, and I played every day until it died, dude.
And their pricing structure for characters was actually, I thought, really fair. I think they had I want to say it was like $20 packs, and it came with the character, it came with an alternate skin, it came with a bunch of boosters. It might have even been less than that, but like, or I think you could get just the character for like $10. But like, I felt like their pricing structure was really fair. So what I think will probably happen is they'll have some kind of a founder pack where you kind of get everything, all the characters, and you can get that and probably get some extra perks. Or they'll have like a smaller pack where you can get a bunch of characters, but they'll probably have like a certain amount at launch that are free, or maybe they'll just rotate like who is free each week. We'll see. And then I'm sure there's gonna be a way to earn them too. Because isn't the first Descendant? Isn't that a Nexon game as well?
Yes, it's Nexon.
And you can earn characters for free in that game, right? Yeah, I have not. I got through the tutorial and then the game crashed, and I like logged in one more time since then for like 5 minutes, and I was like, I have no idea what's going on. So
you gotta play it. It's a pretty fun game, dude.
I mean, I enjoyed what I played of it, but like that was like 2 weeks ago. Gotcha. So,
well, speaking
Rivals is NetEase. Yeah, you're right. My bad.
Yeah, NetEase versus next.
Yeah. I'm sure there's going to be ways to grind to get the characters for free, but you've seen what they have. They have skins. They have like entries or like victory poses. They have all sorts of stuff. So there's going to be opportunity for them to make their money.
Oh, bro, this is a Marvel game. They're gonna make their money.
I mean, somehow we've got like Marvel Future Fight, Marvel Future Fight, and what's one the fighting one? Contest of Champions is on like year 10 right now.
Exactly.
Like that. I mean, their mobile games, like they rake dough, and I can't imagine this being that much different because it is a lot of fun. Yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I thought I was going to be really bad at it.
You was out there killing it, Jay.
I did fairly well, especially considering I was using a controller against PC players. You know what I mean?
That's always a disadvantage, but it is what it is. We got a guest that showed up a little earlier than he said he would, so that's always a good thing. Mr. Miller Ross is in the building. What's good with it, Miller?
Hey, how are you? What's up?
Hey,
You didn't miss
I
much either, so you're good.
well, I was watching. I was watching while I was out walking my dog. I'm so swamped right now, so busy, but I couldn't miss this.
I appreciate it, man. Thank you so much for coming on, dude. How are you doing?
Oh my God, what a whirlwind! I don't know if you've been following the drama, but it seems to never stop. So
I've
it's
seen a little bit of it.
yeah, we're in like a kind of good place right now, but it's still shaky ground. It always feels shaky.
Man, well, when you do what you do, it is always gonna feel like that, man. But hopefully, you get some of the respect that I personally think that you earn, my dude. That would be nice. You know what I mean?
Well, likewise, I can't believe and I mean this in the nicest possible way, I can't believe we're still doing some form of this podcast since back in the Avengers days. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like that.
I was just telling Jay it's been 3 months. I needed a break, bro, but I'm back.
No, it's good to see you back, man.
I'm happy to be back. So, well, let me ask you the same question I asked Jay. Maybe you'll have a little bit more insight.
probably.
How do you personally think this game will be received?
I think it's already been received so well. Like, interest is off the charts by every metric. Like the Steam wish lists are in the millions, and that's just on one platform.
Wow.
Yeah. Everybody, I think every creator I know is interested, including a bunch of that I really had written off that there was no way they would care. They've been hitting up for codes lately. It's interesting.
Don't tell me we're gonna get a return of the Super Rebel, bro. Don't tell me.
I think he did. I think he did come back a little bit. But he's
Oh
got
my.
competition now. Like there's it's a very I think it's already a super competitive space content wise.
Right.
Which is really fascinating considering we've only had the game for 10 days to play at this point.
I always think it's funny when I see people that I know from like other areas like interact with you. Like I think I mentioned one to you once, J-Roar.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I met him many years ago. He used to I met him at a Lego DC Supervillains event. And he was big with Caboose and Uncaged and them. So I met him at a couple events. Really good dude.
Yeah, he's got it together. Like again, it's a super competitive content space. Like you're seeing some people really like I know there's like a huge League of Legends creator that started a new channel like Marvel Rivals Guides. And he's like probably on top of the world now in the community. And there's a whole bunch of channels duking it out like on YouTube every time news drops. And some of them are we know from other games, some of these creators, and some are new. And then a bunch of I think creators that we've seen pop up as new in Avengers or Suicide Squad are here as well. It's really nice to see. It's an interesting combination of communities.
That's awesome sauce. So quick question for the both of you. I'll ask you first, Mr. J Shock Blast. Longevity. Do you think this game is capable of surviving the live action superhero curse? Like Avengers and Gotham Knights have all stuff, Suicide Squad as well.
Yeah. See, here's the thing. There's a few games like it that are going to be launching all at once. And I think this is going to be the one that actually makes it. Like, I played Frag Punk at Summer Game Fest, and that's going to be a little bit similar to this. And then I've just played that Concord. Yeah, I just played that beta, and I don't see either one of them beating Marvel Rivals, because it's Marvel, and there is a place for this game, and I do feel like what makes this game feel good is you feel like you are those characters, you know. Like the big complaint that everybody has with Suicide Squad is, oh, you're just shooting guns. It
Right.
doesn't feel that unique. But what we what we learned from Avengers is that you felt like those characters, and that's what we're doing here. And I think that's what's going to separate it from all the other hero shooters that are on their way, and even maybe Overwatch to a certain extent, because it's Marvel. We love Marvel. We love these characters, and that kind of gets them a little bit of a. They probably start on third base, for being honest.
Miller, same question. Longevity. Do you think this game can survive the live action superhero curse?
Definitely. I think I don't know that I've been like, I've only covered really a few games so consistently, but this is definitely the one that at this point in its lifespan I'm looking at and I'm staring down the barrel of the next 4 or 5 years of my life, like easy, you know what I mean? It feels really good, frankly, to be in that position.
Kind of like a lot of people felt about Future Revolution.
Oh, well, a lot of people were crazy. That I mean, that's one. Okay, that's one game that I would love to see like unused design documents for. You know what I mean?
Oh shit!
I hope like some people got the reference.
I got the damn reference.
Oh, was that the?
Yes.
Oh my God! Blast from the past.
Yeah, exactly. Skill issue. All right, let's keep it 100. I expect there to be tons and tons of rage in this game due to simply being outplayed. Your thoughts on that, Jay?
I mean, from playing it myself, there were lobbies that I went into. First of all, I very rarely played with people I knew. I just kind of jumped into games, and so there's no communication. But I went into some lobbies where I was god tier. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I was shocked at how good I played. And then I went into some lobbies where we just got absolutely like mollywopped. Like we got our shit pushed in. It was brutal, and you could tell that like they all had matching names, and it made sense. Yeah, so I mean, you just kind of have to roll with it, get out of the queue, get back in the queue. I'm at a point in my life where I'm not like a big PvP guy anymore, and I really, really liked playing the game. So I think there's definitely going to be some skill issue, but I think it's something that if you're enjoying the gameplay, you'll be able to push through, especially if you're playing with friends.
Gotcha. Miller Ross, same question. Rage. Do you think there's going to be a whole bunch of rage? Like, you can probably compile YouTube videos of people raging in this game, bro.
Oh yeah, there's going to be some compilations for sure. Like, I mean, it takes a game a long time to really reach that point of, like that let's say Overwatch is out right now, where it's come out like that you like technically are not allowed to swear in chat, like in the text chat. Anyways, it's a whole thing.
Oh, wow.
But there was years and years between launch and that point of very, very salty people and like viral video clips of people freaking out on BC. Like we're gonna get some humor for sure. In fact, actually, I was watching a really funny clip of Emmy's recently that I couldn't help but tweet, where her party was like they had like some random guy that was fighting with them. It was so funny.
I'm gonna have to check that out.
That's one of my favorite parts, honestly, of consuming content that in like a team-based competitive environment is the salt. You know what I mean? Like it's entertaining. I can't lie. It's entertaining. And there's gonna be mountains of it. I'll tell you myself from playing in the tournament, I've already gotten that dreaded shut the hell up knock on the door. You know what I mean? Because I'm screaming a little bit.
Oh my gosh. Well, real quick, guys.
What's shaking, people? It's your boy Doom Killer HD. Sit back and relax. You are now rocking with the best. Put your hands together and rub slow.
To the Birdman, hands the Birdman, hands.
It's about to go down, act like you know.
To the Birdman, hands the Birdman, hands.
You know the motto, let the good times roll.
To the Birdman, hands the Birdman, hands.
Put your hands together and rub slow.
To the Birdman, hands the Birdman, hands.
Finally, Doom putting some respect on my name.
Man, look, bro. I had 3 months to get all my ish together, and I'm finally together. So welcome back to the show, bro. How you doing?
I'm chilling. I saw you were live, so I had to come back upstairs and get everything set up. See, when Doom said seven, it was basically 7 Eastern. I assumed he'd be operating as usual on CV time, so I took that. I interpreted that as 8.
We talked about
right, bro.
we talked about this last night, and I was like, he always says 7 Pacific, but it ends up being 8 my time. And like, I'm always confused, but I'm always ready at 7. But it usually means I sit at my desk from 7 to 8 waiting. So
yeah,
4 o'clock Pacific for the East Coast is definitely 7 o'clock. I don't think I've told y'all 4
it's usually say 4 and it's usually 5.
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
That's really
very
bad.
often.
I'm sorry.
Usually 5, like 4:30 at the earliest. So I was like, all right. And then I saw it live. I was like, oh shit.
But I was here, and Sadat was fashionably late like usual.
As I should be.
Oh my god,
I'm a very important person. All right.
Well, I'm shocked. I'm not the last person. I'm usually.
I've already talked to Jay about this monetization and microtransactions. Do y'all think they're about to spank us over the head, or you think it's about to be fair?
I mean, it's a free-to-play game with a Marvel license on top of that.
Yes, it is.
Which makes it, multiple times more expensive than a typical game. So obviously, we're gonna be having some microtransactions. I mean, we just saw the first Ascendant drop. Very popular live service, free-to-play game, and people are having fun with it, but they want their money too. It is what it is, and that's not even a licensed game. So I would expect, for the most part, multiverses will have obviously monetized cosmetics. That goes without saying. You want to get your MCU skins, all that stuff.
Multiverses.
Marvel Rivals. I'm thinking of multiverses is another example of monetization. Oh boy.
Yeah, there are wrong ways to do it.
Yeah, that's probably another great example, a better example, because that's a direct PvP game, and that's a concern a lot of people have. Like when you have a PvP game like Multiverses or like a Marvel Rivals or even like Overwatch, you have the issue of where, okay, well, characters matter, have access to characters matter for counterplay, and just some characters just may be much better than others. So you want to, especially if you're going to have rank mode, so you want to obviously have it so that players reasonably can have access to these characters without having to either shell out unreasonable amounts of money or having to do like obnoxious amount of grinding. And Multiverses decided yes to all of it. Like you grind obnoxiously long. Pay, give them money. They put everything in there. But whereas we don't know exactly how it's going to be with Marvel Rivals, but we're assuming very least cosmetics. yeah. We I'm still broken up about Jay getting his it's truly sad day. But hopefully they don't go too crazy when it comes to access to characters, but we'll have to wait and see for like an official announcement. But bare minimum, expect to spend money on cosmetics as you should. It's a free game.
Right. Miller, your thoughts, monetizations and microtransactions.
Well, they've experimented with just about everything, but I mean, looking back, like Avengers did too, so it's sort of hard to parse from that where they're going to end up. They did sort of during Summer Game Fest seem to distance themselves from the idea of cosmetic loot boxes, which is something that um, I genuinely thought they were going to go forward with, if only for sort of the Overwatch 1 nostalgia. And I
Mhm.
think looking back, people have kind of fond memories of that Overwatch 1 monetization. So I was kind of surprised. We
As long
know
as
that.
you know what's inside the box, I think that will make it a lot easier for people.
I mean, it can be a bit of a sore spot just in general, but either way, they did definitely confirm that like the Galactus quest that we got during the alpha and that we will have during the beta is sort of like going to become the season pass when the game launches. Um, so we know that there's that, and obviously there will be a shop. And
Right.
the UI would imply character unlocks that you can grind out for free or pay to skip the grind. I will say from playing Super War, and you know, the industry's changed a lot since Super War came out. But from playing Super War, it was wholly reasonable to grind them out. Like it really wasn't absurd. So I'm cautiously optimistic.
Okay.
But
Uh,
I definitely expect you to have to pay a pretty penny if you want like this, like the hot new skin. I think they're probably going to be like 20.
Dang.
Don't quote me
Well,
on don't quote me on that, but I think they're going to be expensive.
I am actually quoting you on that.
It's a red quote.
Hoarder Gamer says I could see characters being $25. Me and Jay Shock Blast were discussing that earlier. Like, will it be a skill issue? You know, because you don't have Doctor Strange who's behind the paywall, but you have whatever free DPS character that equivalent, you know, that's the equivalent to Doctor Strange, but not as cool. Would that be a skill issue? Because I know it's going to cause a lot of rage because we saw what Doctor Strange can do with the whole teleporting the entire team from one side of the map to the other side of the map. Now, if they have a push type of game like in Overwatch, where your teams are pushing to try to get the robot to the goal or whatnot, or whatever they're going to use as the robot to the goal, having a Doctor Strange on your team is a big must, pretty much, because you're right back at the robot every time. So how do you think they're going to go about that aspect of it? Because Jay was saying if this does go into like leagues and rank mode and stuff like that, not having certain characters could cost your team every time. I'll start with you, Sadat.
I think that will come down to just having to balance the game properly around the different mission types you have. But I think for sure they can do there's some creative things they could do, but I think realistically they should probably just focus on the cosmetics and just let the characters be free or easily earnable from playing like PvE modes and non-ranked stuff. Like that, don't make it like, you know, multiverses where it's just obnoxious and you have to pay for it, because they're going to make so much money from cosmetics. Like they're going to make a disgusting amount of money. It's Marvel. The character designs are actually good. The cosmetics are actually good from what we've seen so far. They don't need to go above and beyond to nickel and dime anybody. Like if they just have like emotes and cosmetics for sale, they're going to make all the money that they need. I mean, just on Spider-Man and Venom alone, like
really, Spider-Man, really,
Spider-Man by himself can pay for 10 seasons of content. Like Spider-Man fans are upset. Like you put the black suit, you put the No Way Home stuff, you put the Toby and the Andrew, they're they're gonna make millions of dollars in a day.
Imagine them putting a Miles Morales skin in there, bro. That's just crazy, dude.
Well, yeah, like they don't need that, and that's why I hope the developers kind of understand. Like players will reward you for good faith and having some restraint. Like we're learning from First Ascendant. Yeah, people complained about the cosmetic. Some people complained about the cosmetics.
I gave up. I was taking too long. I felt left out as well.
Well, we got to teach him how to tie it one day.
We got to teach him, bro.
But yeah, just recently came out because someone discovered this really insane farm in the First Ascendant where you just get like tons of resources really fast. And what you'd expect from games at this point would be, oh, they're having fun. Oh, this gotta nerf it. And the First Ascendant devs sent out a statement said, actually, we're not in the business of telling you how to play the game and taking away your fun. So you guys, this is your game. You guys discovered this. We want to encourage you guys to explore and experience your way, and we're just gonna develop around that. So enjoy it. We're not gonna touch it. And that sort of thing generates a lot of goodwill with the players. So someone seeing that is like, who's already enjoying the game, is like, oh, you know what? I will go out and buy that skin in the marketplace, and not for Gooner purposes, but not just for Gooner purposes, but but as a tip, okay, you guys gave me a fun game, and you're like, you listen to feedback, and you're not doing what all these other devs do and just nerf our fun. So I'm more willing to throw you some extra bucks, and stuff like that goes a long way.
I agree. I almost logged into the game today.
Almost.
You should try it.
You played Fortnite instead.
Yeah. I feel like that game has passed me by.
No, you can still get into it, bro. Like you don't get lost in the sauce with the First Descendant. The First Descendant is your world, bro.
I still haven't even finished the story.
Dude, I've got 35 hours into the game and I ain't finished the story just from doing side missions and grinding, and it's fun, bro. It's a fun time.
Fortnite has definitely passed you by, Jay. You should retire until Marvel.
Jay makes a lot of money off of Fortnite, bro.
I used to. I have made a lot of money off of Fortnite, but lately it's rough.
Miller, you want to jump in on that?
Yeah, I mean, I think if you look at the way that they've balanced so far, like, in the pre-alpha, it was essentially the alpha roster minus Hela. Hela shows up, Hela wrecks, like just essential to the meta, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now that we've seen Venom and Adam's kit, it's clear that they, especially together, are gonna wreck.
Right.
So it's like, I mean, they're definitely, I don't think it's like extortion or something, but there's definitely a soft push towards a meta relevance day one for a new character, and like, you have the option to buy. The question just then becomes like, this is something that Pokemon Unite really struggled with, where like you could grind out the currency that was used to unlock new characters, and you could just hoard it, and a new character comes out, boom, you've got it day one. It was pretty reasonable to grind for. So most of the like consistent players had the new characters day one for free. And so eventually they were like locking them behind like a time wall for the free purchases, and like it was clearly something that they were struggling with. I'm really curious, like it can go so many different ways, but just in terms of balancing, it does seem like that's a consideration for them. Like I really can't look at it any other way. That Adam and Venom kit, that's
pretty insane. Well, community and customization. With Overwatch 2 players becoming more and more disenfranchised with the direction of the game, Do you think that we are going to get a score of Overwatch 2 players that just switch over and leave it alone, and it's just all into Marvel Rivals? Because of the difference, it's more of an Overwatch 1 than an Overwatch 2, which those Overwatch 2 players really loved Overwatch 1 type of deal. Do you think, Jay, that we'll get a whole bunch of Overwatch players that are just in there?
Are we going to just ignore the fact that Doom set a score of Overwatch players trying to step up your vocab, Abe Lincoln? I see you.
Poor score and
Listen, we have one assassination attempt, and all of a sudden we're getting the Abe Lincoln comparisons. Sheesh.
I've already been five times today.
Yes, because like it's the shiny new toy. I feel like it's Marvel, you know. They're starting on third base. Like this is like they get the upper hand. Like it's Marvel. We know these characters. We love these characters. It's like Fragpunk and Concord. They have to battle the fact that nobody understands who those characters are, you know. And a lot of games that try to jump into a new category have to compete with the fact that like they're establishing not just their game, but their lore and their characters. And right from the get-go, we already know who these characters are. And I think that a lot of Overwatch players are going to want to play just because Overwatch has been out for so long. Right. And it's easy enough to like, let's try this out for a week or two, you know? And if not, go back.
Right. Same question to that. A score of Overwatch 2 players influxing the. What you think, boss?
Well, consequentially, we've seen an indubitable amount of we've actually already seen it during the closed alpha. There were it was just an epidemic of former Overwatch players, not even just normal Overwatch players, like top tier tournament winning Overwatch players. Like they basically dominated all the Marvel Rivals tournaments, and I saw it all over my YouTube algorithm. Overwatch player tries Marvel Rivals, Overwatch Pro tries Marvel Rivals for the first time. I have a friend who's an Overwatch streamer who is counting down the days until she can play Marvel Rivals again because she's fucking sick of Overwatch. Like Marvel Rivals is going to have a window, especially when the full game comes out. And now, you know, that they're going to have even more opportunities because console is getting in on it. So, you know, now the real show begins, particularly for PlayStation players. But, you know, when the game launches, they're going to have that opportunity to get in and really significantly poach players potentially from Overwatch, depending on how good the game is when it's the full version. Because, you know, I've seen some Overwatch updates lately, and it's not really moving the needle. The game pretty much just is what it is at this point. So, you know, there are going to be people who are wandering looking for something new to scratch that itch. You know, we're still technically in the beta phase for Concord, but the consensus seems to be in. That game is dead on arrival. So you know, First Ascendant is PvE. You know, X Defiant is in its own little corner trying to compete with COD. So there's really going to be that really one Overwatch potential successor in Marvel Rivals with no other real competition. So as long as they take the feedback from all these betas and really make themselves distinct and just a better experience, then I think they very much have a chance to usurp Overwatch in terms of that hero shooter PvP genre. Webecause the Marvel thing is important because it's going to get a lot of casual players. You know, maybe people who maybe were curious about Overwatch but didn't really jump into it. But especially since it's a first-person shooter. But they see a third-person action game. That's maybe still the same style, but it's in PvP, and then like, there's Spider-Man, there's Venom, and Doctor Strange and Scarlet Witch. And, I'll play. They'll at least give that a try, especially if it's free. So, and then you'll have Overwatch players who are like, oh well, I'm tired of doing the same thing every night. Let me go over and see what's going on over here. I've seen some MCU movies. I'll pop in on this and see what's going on. And if it appeals, and if the game is technically sound enough and has learned the right lessons from Overwatch, then they'll be like, oh, you know what? Maybe I'll permanently switch over to this until Overwatch, does something potentially better, because there's content creators are going to always try to ride that wave, and if there's an easy pivot to be made, we're going to make it.
That's the thing where I think you hit it on the head, is just the fact that it's Marvel. Every time they drop a new character, like they start dropping Young Avengers in there, your Scarlet Wiccans and Speed and Miss American, people like that. Miles Morales or whatever, you know what I mean? That's a whole nother conglomerate of people. that's a whole bunch of more people that's just going to be interested in, just because of those characters that they can play as, that they identify as, that whatever, you know what I mean? Them being Marvel characters really, I think, will set the people who are on the fence up. They're coming over. They're not going to be on the fence for too much longer. Miller, your thoughts on that same question? You think we're going to get a bunch of Overwatch players that become Marvel rival creators?
Yeah, I mean, like Sadat said, it's already happened. But I think, just sort of touching on what you were just saying, the Marvel live service formula has made some points over the years, you know what I mean? And some of these games have been cursed in different ways, just sort of inherently flawed in some crucial way. That's sort of limited their success. And I don't think a wide audience has really had an opportunity to see the appeal. I don't think within the competitive space, we've really had a Marvel game capture this much attention since Marvel versus Capcom. And that does sort of really show that this is one IP that in an outside of gaming IP that really can thrive with hardcore gamers, and see longevity far beyond what anyone expected. And so I'm definitely confident that this community is going to be very healthy and keep growing. And specifically from Overwatch, I think with Juno now playable, and Blizzard sort of commenting on their stance regarding balancing for her, I think it's confirming a lot of the issues that people have had and continue to have with Overwatch. So I think the window is wide open for a strong competitor to eat their lunch. And I couldn't be happier that it's NetEase to do it.
Yeah, I really don't have anything else more to say on that specific subject, but that's actually hitting it on the head, all three of you guys. So let's just get to the meat of this whole podcast. Who are you most excited to play as J Shock Blast? That's in the game already.
I mean, I've already played as most of the characters. I can tell you, I really enjoyed Scarlet Witch, and I surprisingly enjoyed Magneto a lot.
Oh yeah, he's great.
Yeah, I was surprisingly good at Magneto.
That was my exact experience.
Yeah, I kind of just tried him, and I was like, oh. Rocket Raccoon was actually a lot of fun, and believe it or not, I also liked Namor.
So Dad, who you trying to rock with on Marvel Rivals, bro?
Obviously Venom. Adam Warlock looks crazy. I think the character right now that I'm most excited to try out besides them is the character that hasn't officially been revealed yet, but NetEase showed me a preview of, and I'm very excited for.
I'm the gamer.
So who's the character?
So that's what it
like,
feels. So that's what it feels like.
Obviously, I can't tell you.
Okay, well, give us a character that's already in there.
You're gonna get banned again.
Yeah, I was like, I can't. I'm not gonna catch another ban for y'all. But like I said, for publicly available characters,
Yes.
Venom and Adam Warlock, like I said, are the top of my list from the original. From original beta, the one that stood out to me the most obviously was Mommy Storm and Loki.
Loki looks sick though.
So I like to try them out for sure. Scarlet Witch, I don't know if I could play with her too much because her ultimate just haunts my dreams. I can't do that every match, bro.
Yeah.
No, it's NetEase, Raya. It's not Epic Games, it's NetEase. Miller, who you been killing it with? Because I know you've been on that beta or was on that beta. You had like what got to level 11 or something like that, 17 coins or something. You was ready, bro. So I saw it.
I clocked like 77 hours. I can't lie. I was completely addicted. I played most games with Penny, but I can't lie. Like I really enjoy in a competitive game a weird character, like somebody whose kit is very different, trying to do different things from most other characters. Like I really like characters that have sort of like maybe like an area deprivation gimmick or something like that. And she was really fun, but I can't lie. I just straight up do not think she's viable in a competitive setting with the way balancing was in the alpha. In fact, when I was looking at Adam, I was so excited because I'm like, oh my god, her mines are like the perfect counter to his ultimate. But then I realized actually it's the complete opposite. It's another ability that completely trivializes Penny because the invincibility frames mean that you will proc the mines and not take any damage. So I'm on the struggle bus with Penny, man. I am, but it's so much fun. I am really curious to put more time into Loki. He was somebody I didn't get to put a lot of time into, but watching videos in the downtime, like I already knew like he was definitely, if not the best support in that lineup, easily top 2. But I just didn't get around to it during the alpha, and so I'm
77 hours, Miller. You didn't get.
Well, here's the thing, like I remember when I got into Destiny, right? Like I when it comes to gaming, like I'm a big JRPG guy. So I just haven't put a lot of time into shooters. So this is scratching itches for me that like I've never scratched. Like I've never had like a third person shooter that I've really sunk time into, like truly. Yeah, so this is it's an uphill struggle. It's an uphill battle for me, but I'm determined to get good. And I've already gotten so much better since I started. It's honestly so much fun.
That's great. Who's going to be the most overused hero villain in the game? Who do y'all see right now as the game stands? No characters that hasn't been announced yet. Who you think is going to be the most overused hero villain in the game? Jay Shockblast.
Well, it depends on who like costs money and who's free, but all things being equal, Groot. There is a Groot in every game, like unquestionably.
Yeah.
Indubitably.
So that who you think?
Yeah, so I was keeping tabs on the meta while watching the closed alpha, and if we were just based on the alpha, the obvious meta was Groot and Star-Lord and Loki. Every competitive team had a Groot, and there was a lot of Loki, a lot of decent amount of Punisher and Star-Lord as well as Scarlet Witch. I think based on what we've seen, a bunch of people are going to try Venom just because he's cool, and I think Adam Warlock is going to occupy kind of that Groot role potentially, where everyone's like, okay, if you're a comp player and you need a team you need to have Adam Warlock right there.
Miller, most overused player, character, hero, or villain.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna take a hard left turn. I'm gonna say Wanda. I think for a lot of casual players jumping in, she's like a very easy pick. I noticed like this phenomenon in solo queue where people have that character that they love, and it's not even really a matter of like I am the best with this character, like I play the best with this character, but really just like this is my favorite. And they hop in queue, lock in. They don't give a damn who is what role they're in. 60 PS, whatever. I'm playing Wanda. You know what I mean?
Let's go.
And yeah, I mean, and also too, she's got hit scan on her primary, and these gays cannot aim, so it's the perfect combo. Yeah, it's the perfect combo.
I personally, without even thinking about it, was going to say Spider-Man, because when this game opens up to everybody, there's so many damn Spider-Man stands out there, and I think that he's going to be one of those that the casuals run to as soon as they open the game up and log in. That is going to be Spider-Man.
Maybe
if I can get that black suit, if I can get that symbiote suit, it's all over, guys.
Maybe, but then they play him and they realize he's not that good.
I mean, a balance patch could really shake things up going into the
for sure. Yeah, I feel like if there's no major balancing update, I think those Spider-Man fans would more likely gravitate towards Venom than Peter.
Yeah, I played Spider-Man once and I switched him mid-game. I didn't think he was that good, and I could have just been really bad with him. But like, you definitely see people play Spider-Man, but
he definitely has a higher skill threshold.
Yeah,
I would say than the average character. Like he's not like Wanda was a popular pick because she's not really hard to pick up, and she's also extremely powerful. Whereas Peter's not extremely powerful, but if you're really, really good with him, then you can do some cool stuff.
Have
and
any
he's got
of
a
you
great
guys,
ult, by the way, that goes a long way.
Have any of you guys actually played Overwatch 2?
Yeah,
I've never played Overwatch a day in my life.
Jay, have you ever played as Moira in Overwatch 2?
I don't think so. Maybe
I
played as Mercy.
I'm trying to see if Scarlet Witch is similar to Moira, because I'm a Moira main in Overwatch. And if Scarlet Witch, you said something Miller said that made me realize that she could be similar to it. She said she's got the hit scan thing. You don't have to really much aim too much. You know what I mean? You
just hold the button down.
Yeah, so she's just like more. Oh my gosh, I think I'm gonna be a Scarlet Witch man. Ain't that a bitch?
She's got a good kit. I mean, I think people. I don't think the meta really took advantage of how powerful her team up with Magneto is, and B, how good her ult combos with like Doctor Strange's portal. If you can really nail the timing, there's not a damn thing you can do to stop it.
Yeah, her ult is a little tough to pull off because like there's like a 3 or 4 second like lead into it. And she just like, I mean, it's like a full blown orgasm.
Like a siren.
Like she's literally like moaning across the map, and everybody's like, "Oh, shoot Wanda now!" So like half the time you end up dying before you can get it off.
And you can stun her out of it too. There's not a lot of ults that you can stun people out of. But again, that's why the combo with Doctor Strange's portal is so potent. Because if you can just splash you like popping up out of nowhere with that last second to go, boom.
That's why that brings me back to you gotta have these certain people. You know what I'm saying? And if you don't have them, will that be considered
I mean, I think there's a lot of combos like that. I think it really just comes down to coordination. You know, you got to get that team together. Thank God for crossplay.
With an assortment of Marvel heroes and villains to choose from, with it being a Call of Duty style team v team aspect, do you guys think that the game can draw in players from like Fortnite and the First Descendant and Apex Legends and Marvel, not Marvel, but multiverses and things like that? With it being so close to an Overwatch style where it's 6v6. It's not like 2 versus 2 on a side scroller or PVE where like the game like the First Descendant.
It's Marvel, and there's no cards involved, so people will play. Like that's all there is to it. If there were cards involved, different story. Because
I gotta tell you, if Marvel Rivals falls off, then that will be the biggest ball drop in history. Like truly, like that. I've never seen. It's so set up for success right now.
Yeah,
I cannot imagine a scenario where there isn't a healthy player base a couple years from now. And
That's crazy. So, do you? This is just a question before I'm gonna get to all y'all on this question, but this is a serious question I want to know. Do you think this game is going to succeed simply because the Marvels, all of the Marvel stuff, like because we've had Marvel games that did not succeed before. So I'm asking you, is it because it's PvP that is going to do so well because they have that itch when it comes to PvP? Or
I'm gonna throw some cold water on this a little bit. Like it has everything it needs to succeed, but that's not a guarantee that it will. And as I say this as not just a Marvel's Avengers refugee, but a multiverses survivor. That game Multiverses has died twice after being one of the biggest games in the world. It during the beta, it peaked at it had
1.7 million or something.
I think I read something crazy like 20 million players or something in the beta.
I'm just talking about viewers, but damn.
It peaked at one point at well over 100,000 concurrents just on Steam alone, while also being on Xbox and PlayStation.
Right.
And dropped off, disappeared for a year, relaunched, peaked at had a new peak of 150,000 concurrents on the relaunch. Now it's down to 6,000 on a good day.
Damn.
And they had everything going for them, and they tanked it because they got greedy. They made a worse overall game, and they made progression as unfun as humanly possible, with the intent of forcing players into the marketplace to spend money in every aspect of the game. Oh, you wanna grind the PvE, the unfun PvE mode to unlock characters for free? Sure. But we're also going to put in missions in that PvE mode where you're required literally to go into the shop and spend money in order to earn the points and experience for that mission. So no matter what you do, we're going to try to force you to spend money anyway. So as long as they, don't do anything crazy with the monetization, yeah, they have every reason to succeed, as long as there aren't any major technical problems or anything like that. If the game works and they don't have any crazy bad monetization, yeah, Marvel Rivals should be a big hit. But don't underestimate how fast a game could die because you just piss off the players by getting too greedy, because this isn't 2010. Like we're in a situation where everyone has options. Like you just listed off like a bunch of different live service games, and there's even more active ones. Like the multiverse. They thought, oh well, it's a free to play game. People are going to do it. Nope, they're going to be like, okay, well, I'll go back to Fortnite, or I'll go to COD.
Apex,
I'll try out. I heard about Helldivers. I'll try that. There's always Apex. Oh, First Ascendant just came out. Okay, I'll try that. Oh, there's a beta for Concord. I'll try that. There's always something else. Oh, Zenless Zone Zero just came out. I'll try that. That's free. Like there's always something else coming out or already out. So if you're doing a live service, you have even less room for error when it comes to that stuff. That's why it's very important that these devs that are trying to make these live service games work lean into maximizing the player experience so that there's not a bunch of bad will and that they really have an incentive to want to take a break or switch from one of the many other games they have in their library.
Bro,
Yeah,
go ahead, Jay.
I want to just bounce off of that. Like, I agree. Like, Multiverses, I was really enjoying it when it came back, and then I went to Summer Game Fest and missed out on a costume because I didn't log in for one more day, and it's like annoying. So like it felt like when Multiverses came back, it felt like a job to unlock stuff, and I just stopped playing. And it sucks because I was actually enjoying it. And I am actually excited. Today they announced 2 new characters for season 2, which is insane that we're already at season 2. I don't know if you saw it, but Samurai Jack and Beetlejuice are coming.
Those leaked a while ago, but yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but like they fully announced them. So in any event, but I agree. Like, I feel like there's only 2 things that can make this game fail, and that's number 1, over monetization, like just going too heavy-handed with it, and number 2, if it's Suicide Squad's it, and like Doom can't play for a month.
Yeah.
Like I like that is one of the most disastrous launches, and it killed the game.
It killed it for me for sure.
Yeah, like literally, like game just didn't work for a lot of people.
And then on top of that, they they released a balance patch before this patch to nerf the only viable build in high level mastery levels.
Again, shout out to the first Descendants there. So like, you know what, y'all found it, y'all doing it. It's our fault that it's in there, so we're not gonna penalize y'all, and that's beautiful.
Yeah, I respect that. Like, I always look back at the Destiny loot cave, and it's like, listen, if people want to spend 5 hours a day shooting at a hole in a wall, like, just let them. What do you care?
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It's not hurting you. If people are playing your game, that's what you want, right?
Yeah,
it's for people to play your damn game. So
yeah,
for real.
I don't know how devs always fail to learn this lesson. Like we see it every time. You do stuff like
you have to play my way.
Even Helldivers did it, and I was like, no, not Helldivers.
They did it, and they did it a lot. And to make it worse, one of the devs like actually made fun of the players for it and said, "Oh, skill issue," and they've lost tens of thousands of players since. So yeah.
Yep. All right, we wrapping this up. We've gotten some good information out of you guys. Miller, do you I didn't hear your answer. You think they're gonna be pulling people from Fortnite, Apex, Call of Duty, Multiverses, and Suicide Squad? If anybody's still playing Suicide Squad. What are your thoughts on pulling players from the different styles of free to play games? Because you've got your battle royales, you've got your PvEs that may not be too interested in PvP. Do you think they'll give it a try because of the Marvel brand, or what do you think, sir?
Yeah, I mean, there's always the new hotness, like I know that there's like some sponsored posts going out this weekend. Like, they've already reached out to a bunch of big creators for like sponsored stuff. Like they're pushing really hard on influencer marketing right now. And really trying to get like something resembling like a grassroots movement going. And I think that's a pretty easy way to like sway the casual audience. I think a lot of them have like that creator they watch, and some of them they don't even have to, like XQC was playing a ton during the alpha.
Wow.
Yeah. They're I don't think they'll need to fight for a lot of attention.
That is crazy. This is what you would think. Never mind. I don't want to bring that deadness up again. But let's just kind of wrap this up real quickly. Jay Shockblast, what hero villain do you want them to add to the game that has not been leaked, or you don't have a secret Sadat plug to let you know? what hero villain do you really want them to add? I thought you talked to them about him. So,
Well, I mean, that doesn't mean it's going to happen.
I
Like,
don't know.
yes, at Summer Game Fest, I talked to them and said I would like Nova and Darkhawk and Deadpool and
Dark what?
Darkhawk.
He's from boy.
Dark what?
Stop, bro.
I also
Stop, bro.
I also told them I wanted the character that Sadat's talking about.
Oh God. Oh. So that you know what? I'm gonna skip you. Miller.
Racist.
He's got to fix his face.
Miller Ross. What hero villain you actually? What hero and what villain? So I mean, two of them. Add two of them. But this dude really left for real.
Well, his camera froze. All right, do I get to do my villain though?
Yeah, you can.
do
You
it,
can
do
get
it.
your you can be villain, bro. Get your villain.
Taskmaster.
It's just me and you
Oh.
now.
Oh no.
And Abomination.
I just brought you back, Jared. I mean, come on, bro.
Thanos.
Miller, villain and a hero, bro. Who would you like them to add to this game?
Well, I'm not gonna lie, like my wish list very early on, like the top villain for me was Ultron. And like I the idea of like drone management and stuff, I just think sounds like a really fun kit. And you know, it seems like that might be happening. So I already got my wish there.
Okay.
But in terms of heroes, come on, you know I gotta say Quake. Especially considering the environmental destruction mechanic is perfect for her power set. Come on. And I found out the character has the same middle name as Danny Koo in Chinese. Yeah, there's this personal connection to Danny Koo. So I'm praying that gets me there.
I had a really good talk with Danny Koo at Summer Game Fest. He's a really good dude.
It seems like it.
So that's the game. One hero, one villain that you would like them to add to the game that's not leaked. You don't have any inside info on. That's just deep down in your heart that you want, sir.
Well, that makes it tough then, because I have a lot of that information. I'll say. Oh yeah, actually, this one's easy. For a hero, Nightcrawler. For villain, Thanos, full Infinity Gauntlet.
Whoa.
Oh, they did that in Super War. It was really cool. I mean, they always struggled to balance it, but from like a coolness perspective, it was really nice.
You could unlock that version of Thanos in Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3, and it was the most broken character in the game. It was so good. I loved it. I actually have a question for you, Doomkiller.
Go ahead.
Can you dig it, sucker?
5 times. I'm not gonna do a spinneroonie on camera, but yeah, bro, I can dig it, dog. For me, I would hopefully get the Sentry, which I know that's not gonna happen. And for my villain,
Never say never.
Well, true. Is Iceman in the game already?
No.
Then Iceman definitely too. But for my villain, if we don't get Monica Rappaccini, like I'm boycotting, bro. Like we gotta get Monica, right?
Not Monica.
I mean, we can get Monica and Monica Rappaccini at the same time, and he can be like, you know what I'm saying? Like
That's a good question from Xerix. Can you? Are there private lobbies?
I haven't played, so I don't know.
Yes,
Miller, you would know.
Yes.
So you can do that?
Oh, you can practice, huh? Okay.
Will we be able to have all our friends group up as in 12 friends split? Yes.
Nice. There you go. That'd be cool.
Villains though, no, we gotta get Mr. Sinister. He would be dope to go against the X-Men characters that are in the game.
Yeah. You know what? Omega Red.
Ooh, that's a good one.
He would actually fit really good as a melee character to counter Black Panther as well as Wolverine. God damn.
Omega Red's dope.
Damn. Chat, who would y'all want to see in the game? If y'all want to just let me know real quick while we up here chatting. Who would y'all want to see? Hero and a villain.
I hope Jay gets Dark Hawk.
Dark Hawk, not Dark Cock.
God. Oh my God. Damn. Missions in modes. So is there, Miller? I know you've been playing. I don't know if y'all can discuss this or not, but is there a PvE mode in the game already, or have you been able to play a PvE mode at all?
It's basically a training mode, but yeah, they do have PvE right now.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, this isn't something that they've put like a ton toward yet. But I think especially when we're looking at sort of like the window of opportunity left by Overwatch, I think that the opportunity is right for that, especially with them pushing so hard on the lore.
Quicksilver, is he in the game? Are they talking about Quicksilver? Why War Machine when we got Iron Man? I guess for the missile factor, I guess.
Yeah. No. I haven't seen Speedsters, but I would definitely love to see their take on Quicksilver. I think every game should have the Speedster.
Yes.
I want to see Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur as like a duo character.
That'd be
I
really
think
cool.
it'd be amazing.
That'd be really cool. Yeah. Dormammu would be kind of OP.
Oh yeah,
that would be like way OP.
That would be kind of crazy.
Yo, digital variable, come on, bro. You worse than my Monica Rappuccini right now, sir. But actually, he would be viable in the game with a sound claw, whatever, a sound wave. That would be actually pretty cool. That would remind me, he would be like a healer. Like there's a character like him already in Overwatch. Lucio he got a sound wave where he pushes people like off the map and stuff like that. So
I think Silver Surfer would be crazy too.
I would definitely play as Silver Surfer, like for real.
I think like Ghost Rider and Cosmic Ghost Rider would be really could
How would you rock a Ghost Rider? Would you give him his motorcycle in the game?
Yeah,
as like
I feel like that would be. They would have to make if they could make that like an ability.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Like his ultimate or something. Like he drives.
But he would like you'd have the chains, and he just
Yep, the
like penance there.
And
maybe.
he's kind of a mainstay. Like he was really good in Super War too. And that was sort of one character where when they announced him, I thought like, can you really pull that off? Like in Super War's a MOBA, in like a MOBA where you have that level of speed, just ripping it in like on a motorcycle in the middle of a League of Legends style game. And no, they pulled it off, and it's hilarious and powerful. It was really cool.
Oh shit. God dang it, I just had this. That's the person who I was about to ask. Is Dark Phoenix or Jean Grey in the game at all, Miss Marvel? Not that the old, Jean Grey, Miss Marvel, not Kamala Khan.
No, I don't believe so.
Not on the base roster.
Yeah, not yet. But it seems like they might have plans. She's mentioned in lore and stuff. So.
Oh shit! Don't get me started with lore. We know how much lore we got in that one game that I refuse to say right now. It led to nothing at all, Miller.
Well, hey, I mean, the game isn't even out yet. We've already gotten 3 new characters. Like, I think the odds are pretty high that we're gonna get there.
For sure.
Said MODOK.
MODOK would be cool.
Only if it's the MODOK from the Ant-Man movie.
And think about like the cosmetics.
Ant-Man and the Wasp would be good though.
As a team up, like I don't know if I would want to. I would rather play as Wasp than Ant-Man, to be honest with you. Her power set is just way better. Be cool. I mean, she can fly. She don't need an ant to fly. You know what I'm saying? Like I would rock Wasp way before Ant-Man, personally.
I would definitely rock out Ant-Man especially if he gets a Giant Man alt.
Holy, see you. Ooh. And then you got to give him that Goliath skin for the black people. You know what I'm saying? Oh, damn. What other abstract characters could they possibly even add to this? This could be as big as Marvel Heroes to me. Like as far as the character base, like
yeah.
I really feel like we're on the precipice of something really cool. Like I'm so excited for the next couple years.
Miller is really looking into the future for this game, and it's
like,
so scary, Miller. Like, bro,
No, like
Miller has
I'm
cursed the last
100%
two live
confident.
service superhero games.
The curse is broken. The curse is broken.
Will this finally be the one to break the curse?
that was the first question I asked, bro, before you got here with
Well, I'm looking at it like these other ones are practice. Like, here we go. This is it. You know,
Well,
I hope you've been. Oh, go ahead.
No, you finish. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I was just thinking, like, I hope you're stretched. I hope you're ready. Like, this is it.
Well, Jay said something really important in the beginning of the game. He said why people like us liked Avengers so much and kind of fell off of Suicide Squad is because you felt like the Avenger you played as in Avengers. Whereas for Suicide Squad, you don't really feel. You're shooting guns and everybody. So with the power sets that I've seen, I haven't gotten to play the game, but with the power sets that I've seen, it feels like you're going to be those characters. Like I saw Black Panther jumping around, throwing that damn spear. I was like, oh my gosh, that looks insane. I was just watching a clip that Rhea posted of Groot and Rocket Raccoon. He just hopped on his back and it was lighting shit up. Like that's what you want in a game when you have multiple characters. You want to feel like those characters. And this looks like it's about to do it, fam.
But just any game with that has like a roster of distinct characters, like that uniqueness is important. And like even the First Ascendant, which isn't even a PvP, like every character feel like they have very clear roles and everyone feels distinct. Like there's some similarities in terms of the gunplay, but in terms of the special abilities, the way they play, you're like, oh no, this is a very wholly unique experience. And that also is reflected in the gear. There's like exclusive gear that no one else can get that is suited just for that character that can make them much more powerful. And Suicide Squad doesn't have any of that. Not only are the kits, not only is there a ton of overlap in the talent trees, and there's no new distinctness in the gear. Like like sure, some like, oh well, Boomer can get a SMG instead of a pistol like the Joker, but all the guns have the exact they have the exact same perks. Like there's no Joker exclusive gun, there's no Boomer exclusive gun. The only gear that's locked off is like, well, they all have you can't share melee gear, but there's no reason that you can't share melee gear, because even though they like lock that off because they have different melee weapons, all the melee perks are the same.
They are
all the gear. There's not even a reason to distinguish that. So it's like it adds to that sameness feeling, and that's why I think Marvel Rivals is definitely shining, because even if you're not like a super keen on the PvP side, I mean, you can still hop in with Doctor Strange and open a portal. Like
that's insane.
You know what? Actually, this got me thinking. There's been like, if you think of like back to Avengers and stuff like that, there's been characters that stretch the limits maybe a little too far, either with the tech or with whatever sort of style of gameplay they were going for, where it just wouldn't be a good fit. I want to see those characters represented. And what comes to mind? Medusa. That's not a character that you could do in Avengers, because your console would explode because of all the hair. Like, perfect opportunity.
Oh shit!
I would also think you couldn't do it in Avengers due to her not being an Avenger.
Oh, well, touche. But I mean, they were going to the moon. I'm telling you, season 2, man, it was going to be lit.
Don't depress me in my old age.
And on that note, another long-haired character, give me She-Hulk, voiced by Kritzia Bajos. Let the prophecy come true.
I was kind of like racking my brain as Doom was like, he said something what like, I don't remember what word he used, but it was like basically like obscure character, I think he said. You know who I think would be so much fun? I don't know if you guys know who Slapstick is.
Ooh.
He was in Civil War. He's like a kind of looks like a clown basically, and he's very cartoon looking even in the comics. And and he's got like a big hammer, and he's just kind of goofy. I think he could be pretty funny. He was in Deadpool's Mercs for Money. He was
The
like
video
one of the
game?
no, like Deadpool at there was a point in the comics
Oh, you talking about comic stuff.
where Deadpool became an Avenger because he made so much money. He had and Tony Stark like lost all his money, and he
I
had to
remember
bankroll
that.
the Avengers, so they made him an Avenger. But he also had to do stuff off the books, so he had he basically franchised Deadpool, and he had like all these like D-list characters like Stingray and who was the guy that they were going to do I think they were going to do like Sony was going to do a movie for him, and it was like
El Muerte.
yes, El Muerte was one of them, and they all had like different color like Deadpool suits, and Slapstick was one of them. I think he was pink.
Slapstick.
Yeah, he's kind of funny. I don't know. I just thought like artistically he would kind of fit.
Any more abstract or obscure characters y'all want to add?
They're actually
Spiral.
They're actually doing one, so I'm very excited for that reveal.
Oh wow!
Oh,
Actually doing a pretty crazy one, so I'm like, okay.
Bro, what if they put Toad in the game?
Toad.
I love it.
That would be sick, right? Like
Get the whole brotherhood in
stick
there.
on walls and
Mhm.
Give me Blob, give me the whole brotherhood.
Yeah, that's the thing too. Like looking at
insane.
some lists that might be out there. It really shows you like there's some characters on that list that I couldn't care less about as characters, but coming into Marvel Rivals, I'm like, God, that sounds so fun. Like it. I as a Pokemon fan, I think one of the things that's really unique about that franchise is like they say everybody has like a different favorite mon, but a lot of that comes down to like how you interact with the franchise. Like some really shine in like the cartoon, some really shine in the trading card game. You know what I mean? Like they all sort of have a different place. And I think there's a lot of Marvel characters that I'd be excited to revisit in the context of Marvel Rivals,
I never really cared about Pikachu until Pokemon Horizons, the newest one.
Oh yeah.
And there's a version of Pikachu in it, and they just call him the Captain. And he's so dope. I actually have I love him so much. I've got the little stuffy right there. He's got his little captain's hat on. He's kind of an asshole. It's kind of funny. He's
That's
more
the mark
more
of a healthy
cocky.
franchise.
Yeah.
Yo, I Mystique, cool, but I'm gonna switch that out for you real quick. I'm gonna say Morph because he can do other abilities without having to change his whole body. He can't change. So I mean, with changing his whole body, Mystique can't really copy the abilities. She just copies the outer look. So I will put Morph in. And if you're gonna put Morph in, you gotta put Rogue in this game. You gotta put Rogue in this game. If she touch you, for one, you're gonna have like some life negatives. They're gonna take like 5% of your health or something like that, and she gets to absorb your ability.
And stun.
That would be too much, bro. Morph and Rogue in this game would be.
I'm an Archangel.
That would be sick too. Another flying.
Well, you gotta have Apocalypse now.
Yeah.
Bro, Apocalypse, Magneto, Thanos. Come on, man. Like y'all just do a whole team for the villains in rank shot for real.
And we already know Doctor Doom is coming. So that's gonna be lit.
Like that would be insane villain. No, you cannot bring Apocalypse into this game. I'm sorry. You can't do that. Especially if they bring in Thanos, you cannot bring it. No.
That'd be all the more reason. Then we might as well just bring in the full Fantastic Four.
Well, you got to bring in Johnny Storm,
and the rest of the Guardians because we already got most of them.
Is what's her name? Mantis is in there already, right?
Yep. They got Mantis, Star-Lord, Groot, Rocket. We just need Drax and Gamora.
From the MC. Yeah. Man, they're about to make so much money off the MCU suits in this game, bro.
Oh my god! Yes,
Oh
they
my
are.
god.
They're
Daredevil,
gonna
like
be
when you play
printing
as
money.
Daredevil, your whole screen just turns yellow. Like it's just yellow. You can't see shit.
They're gonna make so much money. It's gonna be. That's what I'm saying. Like you don't need to charge for the characters. You can just rely on the cosmetics.
Mm-hmm.
Whole suite of X-Men 97 costumes.
Oh,
fuck, dude.
imagine like with the cell shading too.
Exactly. And that's why I said slapstick, because I think he would be like an abstract art style compared to what they're doing, and it would just stand out a little bit more. Like think of like in the comics, he stood out kind of like Into the Spider-Verse. You know what I mean?
Wow. Okay.
Imagine the Into Spider-Verse theme season with bringing in Miles, Gwen, and
if they do, oh my, see, bro, I'm just imagining how broke I'm going to be playing this game, dude. Like, fuck, dude. MCU suits, classic comic suit, the symbiote spider suit, bro. Like, Agent Venom suit. Come on, dog.
Like, when you have a roster this big, like you don't need to go crazy. You can just rely on the cosmetics.
Yeah,
you can really rely on the cosmetics for this game and like eat. They can eat, bro. Dog.
Like Avengers had a small-ish roster, and for the first year and a half, their cosmetics were fucking horrendous. but it carried them. But when they got everything back on, they still carried them through year 3.
They really did. Like the MCU suits, and then when they started doing the comic accurate suits, that really helped them out a lot. I mean, the puke green Thor will forever be a thorn in my side, but
imagine how many more players they would have had if it launched free to play.
Dude. Bro. Dog, if they get like a full team of X-Men in there and they do the X-Men evolution suits, you know how broke I'm gonna be, bro. Like dog, I'm not even.
I hope they hook us content creators up so we can give us some perks for being in the program, like we don't have to pay for suits.
Man, I'm okay. Anybody got anything else they want to add to this before we get up out of here? Jay Shotglass, you got anything you want to add? Any characters? Anything, bro?
No.
You good? Good. What about you, Mr. Sadat Legama?
Please, if you're listening, revoke Jay Shotglass's Clayface style. Log into his account and delete it from his game.
I'm going broke, bro.
Earth Mightiest Hero skins is crazy.
Bro, Miller, you want to say anything? Let people know anything? Skins, characters, whatever. Before we get.
I mean, I could go on all day. Like really, like this.
Don't get banned, bro. Don't get banned.
No. Okay. Well, for the third time.
Right. Right.
I don't know. I'm just so excited to see what these next few years hold, man. I think we're in a good spot.
I think scaring me when you keep saying next few years, bro. Like,
I mean, if you just look at the schedule of just Marvel games, I mean, you got Iron Man, you got Black Panther, you got potentially Spider-Man 2 DLC, you got Wolverine, you got Rise of Hydra, you got potentially a Venom spinoff game. Eventually, you're gonna have Spider-Man 3, you're gonna have Blade. Then if Marvel Rivals takes off, you're gonna have that.
I just want to say I'm going to take that clip along with the clip from last night, and I'm going to make a new video, and it's going to be called "I Got Clayface." That's a Dot the Gamer diss track.
As long as you're not riding on a horse,
if you're not riding a horse, it doesn't count.
Digital Variable asks. He asked this question yesterday, but what do you think Suicide Squad needs to sell in the marketplace for a turnaround? I'm so first off, thank you for the donation of the
Shout out to
$5,
Digital.
bro. Appreciate you though.
Are we going to go down the line and tell them?
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
listen.
gonna let y'all answer this one. Jay
Listen.
Shock Blast, you got your.
Thank you for the shoes.
Oh,
Yeah.
man.
All right. They will. They're the only thing keeping the door open right now. You know what I mean?
Mm.
Shoes are nice. I mean, listen, we're gonna ride out into the sunset with this one. You know what I mean? He's going to get his boomer shoes. I hope.
Oh my god.
You know.
Miller.
I had to get my superior.
Miller got super quiet on this question. He's like,
Captain,
I ain't got
Captain Boomerang shoes.
Well, I got some like Crocs or something. I don't know.
oh, shit.
But, no,
there is, to be extremely clear, they've given up on the game. Like WB has given up. So the only way that changes is if there's like a miraculous surge in revenue and player numbers, which could only happen if the mission design is dramatically better within the next remaining seasons, whether it's this season or most likely in the Deathstroke season, which is going to draw the most attention because people want to play with that character. I doubt that's going to happen. They could have tried it with cosmetics, and they took a step in that direction by introducing Arkham game theme cosmetics coming, but again they shot themselves in the foot because I mean people already checked out. Like if you're going to have a Mark Hamill, Arkham Joker skin, the time to have that in the game would have been when the Joker launched in season 1. Like that. Like it's silly if we only know that's what they're going to do, but the time would have been that now. Obviously, there were a ton of people requesting different Harley Quinn outfits, and they are adding one of them from Arkham Knight, but of course they censored it because they couldn't help themselves. So I just don't see any scenario where they just get like the obvious thing would have been to front load, make better roster choices, but front load the most popular characters with cosmetics. Like, okay, we're going to have Harley in the base game. We're going to have Joker as the first DLC character. That means Harley Quinn she's got to have we got to have all her movie suits ready. We got to have her Harley Quinn show animated stuff ready. We got to have some popular comic stuff ready. We got to have her different Arkham outfits ready. No censorship. We got to have Mark Hamill Joker. We got to have the animated. We got to have the Batman Who Laughs. We got to have all these different skins ready to go, launched out the door. They did none of that. It's over.
The only thing they can put in the shop, the marketplace to bring people back is the Justice League with all their powers. Literally, bro.
Literally.
Like, I'm sorry, I have not touched the game, and I y'all know how hyped I was for Suicide Squad. I haven't touched the game since week 1 of Joker, bro, and I don't really feel like I'm missing anything. That's what the issue is with the game. You don't feel like you're missing anything. You know what I'm saying? So
legitimately, if there's a mission where when they start bringing the league back, if there's a mission in that season where you get to play as the Flash and you're escaping Brainiac ship, that'll bring some people back, but we know they're not going to do that.
Right, it's a wrap, son. Like you said, the next thing, people gonna mess with Miss Freeze, or I'm not gonna mess with her. People gonna mess with Miss Freeze because her traversal looks cool. Yeah. But once they traverse 3-4 times and it gets boring, they're gonna be done. They're gonna level Miss Freeze up, and it's Avengers all over again, but a year sooner than it happened to Avengers.
And less story content somehow.
Jay, you want to add anything, or Miller, either one of y'all, to that question?
No, I have to pee.
Okay. We wrapping this up anyway.
It sucks the way things ended up, but ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
Mm-hmm. We don't know when the codes are going out. I thought I read something about them coming out today. Too,
I always thought it was weird that people were saying today. That didn't make any sense to me. I've been saying on or about tomorrow for a while. I still believe that to be true.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird to me. Like there's like a certain disconnect, even among like volunteers, granted, but like staff in the community and developers, because like the developers will sort of in a roundabout way say, oh yeah, they're gonna come out like around the time that like PC codes do. And then that goes through like the broken telephone to, oh, it's the 20th at 6 because that's when the Steam request access button goes live. But like that's not quite what was said. And also, how are you just guessing? Like, can't you just ask them? That's very weird. Like there's been a couple scenarios like that where it's like, why are staff guessing? That's very weird. I don't know. There's like still weird communication gaps. As far as I understand, tomorrow. But granted, last time there was like a rollout. They intended to have all the codes out right away, but some didn't send. They were able to track which ones weren't, so they kept resending. I think over the course of 48 hours, they were finally secure. Like, okay, they've all gone out. You've got them now. So don't be bummed if you don't get them right away. But start looking for your inbox tomorrow.
Okay. Also, J Shock Blast said if you do not get a code, there will be a Twitch drop that you can watch for like an hour or two or something.
Yeah, it goes for 72 hours. It starts Eastern time the night of the 24th. So keep in mind, it doesn't go the whole beta test. It's just 3 days, 72 hours. So get on it while the going's good, and you'll only miss like just over 1 day of the test. So you won't have any trouble catching up on like the event pass or anything like that.
Dope. Well, guys, thank you all for joining us. If y'all haven't smashed the like button in the chat, please do so now before we get up out of here. It's Dr. Gamer. It was great to have you back, dude. My boy Miller. It's been a long time, but you were actually the last guest I had on my show before I took my sabbatical. So, yo, welcome back, sir.
I've got a long history with the show. It means a lot to me.
You do.
Thanks for having me.
Oh, it's always a pleasure, man. J Shock Blast, it's always great to have you on, dude. Big inspiration. I only had to kick you out one time today, so that's a record.
You went easy.
Highly disappointing.
You almost got it back to back, but I'm like, dude, you just got back, bro. Like, how?
Do better.
Never stopped you before.
I'm trying to be a better person in life, man. Anyways, thank y'all for real. All jokes aside, this was a fun show. Shout out, make sure you guys, I know y'all already following everybody on here, but if you're not, hit up their Twitters. Miller is 7 M's.
8
M's.
8 M's.
Just Google Miller Ross. Believe me, you'll find me.
Sadat the Gamer, just at Sadat the Gamer.
Just make sure you have safe mode turned on.
Yes.
Please.
If y'all don't follow me, something wrong with y'all. Like, I'm gonna be mad with y'all. Like, personally, I'm taking it personal. So make sure you're doing that, or it's gonna be a problem. You feel me? 5 times. Anyway, with all that said, I get to say, what?
Léger les bons dans chambre.
What?
That was racist.
What did you say? Chicken le bon, boy? Lazy le bon temps, which means let the good times roll. I don't have an outro. Shit.
Good job. That's the outro.
Sadat says, "Peace out, my naysayers."
Peace out, my naysayer. I like that.
It sounds racist when you say it.
It does.
I taught you about it.
Wow.
That sounds even more. That sounded even more racist.
I don't have an outro, so we just gonna start kicking everybody off. Bye, Sadat. Thank you. Bye, Miller. You awesome sauce.
Can't take Clayface away from me, Sadat the Gamer.
Wow. Peace out, people. Thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all have a good one. Boom.